The Celebrity Grill, Episode 6. Jacob Zuma, the king of the political barbecue, turned South Africa into his personal Shiza Nyama. He's the only chef who could make corruption look like a national sport, complete with its own league, the Zuma Premiership of Graft. His leadership was like watching a braai where the coals never catch. There's just smoke, no fire, leaving the country with undercooked promises and overdone scandals. Zuma, you've made dodging accountability an art form, like a master griller flipping the same piece of meat over and over without it ever cooking. Your legal battles? More like a never-ending braai where the sausages keep falling into the fire. On corruption. You turned the presidency into a high-stakes braai where the only thing getting grilled was the public's money. Your fire pool at Nkandla, more like a pool of burning cash. How many more skewers of taxpayer funds will we find you've roasted? On leadership. Leading the country was like you trying to cook with wet wood, lots of smoke, no heat, and everyone waiting for something to actually cook. Your governance left South Africa feeling like it was served cold pap. On legal troubles. Your court appearances are like watching a braai where the meat is never done. You keep flipping, but the sausage just won't cook. Are you aiming for a Lifetime Achievement Award in legal evasion? On public statements. Your speeches were like seasoning with salt after the meat's already burnt. Too little, too late, and ultimately just making a mess. On recent shenanigans. Even post-presidency, you're like the last piece of boerewors on the grill. Everyone's moved on, but you're still there, sizzling with controversy. From MK party antics to your endless legal dance, you've turned retirement into another chapter of political braai. On legacy. What's your legacy? A country that's been through the political coals, a public trust so charred it's inedible, and a nation now wary of any political chef who promises a good braai. So, Jacob Zuma, you've been roasted and grilled South African style, with a heavy dose of reality, recent political spice, and the collective frustration of a nation that's over this particular braai. Jacob Zuma, the man who turned the presidency into a personal buffet. He feasted on public funds like it was a braai at Nkandla, but instead of grilling meat, he was grilling the nation's trust. Every time Zuma opened his mouth, you knew a shower of controversy was coming. And speaking of showers, let's not forget his personal hygiene advice. Not exactly the leadership wisdom we were looking for. His presidency was like a badly cooked potji. Everyone knew something was burning, but by the time they figured it out, the pot was already charred. Corruption? More like a national sport under his watch. Zuma's legacy? Well, if you're looking for a lesson in how to make headlines for all the wrong reasons, he's your man. From the Gupta leaks to state capture.